All right, testing. Excuse me. As I go live. All right, holy ones. And some of you are going live with me right now. Chica, yeah. Wherever you are in the world, yes, welcome, welcome, welcome to this moment now. Presence now, Holy One. Ka-chia. It's gonna be a blessing. Yeah, man. Give me a moment, sorry. All right. Okay, just went live, right? Oh my goodness. Always have these beneficial energies, these positive energies around you. Wear them even, you know? Makaya. I got some, like, I started with a favorite and then I kind of like, you know, go with different energies a little bit later in my life, you know? So it'd be a different crystal. And so I have this tiger's eye and also one of those chakra bracelets that represents the first seven. So, Makaya. And we're going to go into this realization, okay, like a step-by-step, 12 signs of like empaths, because some people don't know that from a secular point of view, not really a spiritual point of view. But we explain it so people can understand. Machiwa. And we're like having this exploration of consciousness, right? Together. And so, hey, welcome Starseed, Inner Earth, Empath, hey, a light worker, Indigo child, Hakaya, Sotashimoa, Hakaapachi. Blessings from the Guardian Alliance, Holy Ones, Oka, from those Christed ones, Christ consciousness, which is implies 12th dimensional consciousness, Akaya. And with us live right now is our sister Isabel Casales. Greetings, Holy One. Thank you for being here. Connor Sides Bowen. Machiwa. Yeah, that's right, man. I'm getting my sound meditation class ready. I'm so happy you're here, Holy One. Son of Nurgo, yeah. We're getting lit, brother. Yeah, see ya. I'm lit, you roll your rawhide, and together we'll explore the 12 signs of this empath. Are you an empath? Chikiwa. You guys, most likely, if you are considering yourself a light worker or an indigo child, for example, starseed even, then you're an empath. An empath, from our perspective, is from our realization, right? Not just secular, but secular and scientific. I mean, spiritual. Because that's what secular would be. It would be the science side, secular. And then there's the spirit side. But why not combine both spirit and science and explain what is an empath today here? And I'll be making a separate video about those dark empath, dark Jedi, realize the spiritual war, okay? See, we also have Christ in the house, our Vato Locos in the house, all right. Thank you for being here, Holy Ones. Chicas. Yes, we have the empaths, the psychic empaths, or empathy. This is, most people are saying it from like a psychological point of view, okay? And saying, It's just you feel emotional and you're sensitive. No, it goes beyond this. Empathy is an empath, is somebody who can feel another being's emotions, which is kind of like reading their mind, basically. I mean, you could close your eyes, but if you're feeling that person completely, wow, that's another thing. Not, it is tangible. The soul is tangible, and you will realize this through spiritual science, spirit and science, and it's actually sacred. So we are learning this knowledge from the innerchristos perspective, law of one. Okay, law of one is a universal law. It's not dogma. It's not religion. This is chiwakate, a universal law, which would mean it would be the original intention of source God. So what was God a loving God or a dark God? Like a wrathful, vengeful, angry God that hates. Wow. No. The original intention of what is God was unconditional love. None of these concepts. Where does this come from? This comes from fallen consciousness. Okay? So where does the empath come in? Well, you are like in a level of consciousness that is higher than most humans. Okay? Because we actually literally call them humans because they're earth seeds. Genetic DNA for the future human race, called Ternesium. This is your true origin, your true identity, empath. Okay? You are a psychic being. That means you're literally, if you know anything about chakra, you have a high level chakra. When the humans are here, 3 and down. There are some humans developing, going into their 4th strand. Okay? Of course, they go through a natural ascension on their own too. It's just that the starseeds are here in the gene code with us. Our starseeds, part of our race, and as an empath, you're part of these higher stellar ET races. And now that changes the subject. Not really. I know you guys are psychic beings we call starseeds. Extraterrestrials from other worlds, but from the guardians who are here on a mission of, on a positive law of one mission as Christ beings. These beings, remember, we just mentioned what that was, 12th dimensional consciousness. Christ beings have come incarnated into the human form through the fetal integration. The Indigo actually has a contract, an agreement before it does this. You first have a soul level agreement, and then you incarnate with this sacred commission. And you, as an indigo child, empath, because whether you know it or realize it yet, Holy One, you are part of these ET races, that are part of this mission to help the Earth seeds evolve. Not only with our presence, which is what? You're an empath. That means you're psychic and you have different levels of chakra development that the humans don't have, because you're not human only. You're more than human. You have higher chakra in your DNA. You have even more potential, only limited really by your consciousness and your development of that. Your enlightenment, empath. You are empath, but you don't think of it from a spiritual perspective. But honey, that's exactly what it is. Empathy, empath, being able to feel other humans that are over there, somewhere nearby at least. You can feel them, and you realize, wow, not everybody can do that. Am I something wrong with me? Are you kidding me? You're a badass, honey. Empath is a very good thing. It's not really a good thing, though, if you're a dark empath, but that's another topic. That's another choice. Some of you are dark Jedi, you know, not dark avatars, not so nice. But okay, you're God too. Law of One doesn't say some of you are with God. Like some, wow. What's that? So, you choose. Well, have you been choosing? Well, make a different choice. Yeah. Thank you for being here, Vato Locos. Every time you have like a bad thought, negative thought, stop. Pause, stillness, and brilliant. Make your body completely filled with pure white light, or what's better is the Maharata color, which we teach here on Christos Avatar, is like liquid. Imagine liquid metal color, which is like a chrome, right? So like a chrome liquid, man. Literally, but it's called Maharata. So this 12D current is a vibration, a color, a light, a frequency, a 12-dimensional frequency, and it's Christ coming back to Earth, returning to Earth. Some of you are learning this Maharata, learning how to bring in the Maharata. Chikayas. And it's wakaya, love, a love you haven't seen in a long time, but returning back again, bringing this awareness, this actual code. Okay, it's the consciousness. Jesus was part of this consciousness, a Christ consciousness, just like you are Christ consciousness. And you guys, if you're new here, we're not talking about religion point of view. This is spirituality, going beyond just a earth, heaven, and hell, and going beyond just a human race and angelic race. Well, there's much more races out there. Okay, one of them is the Nephilim, mentioned in the Genesis of the Bible and the Torah. So you understand? Or not. Those are ET beings. So, empath, you are part of a spiritual realization. If you don't realize that, then you are truncated your capability. Now you're just going to be a schmuck compared to your freaking awesome, mega awesome potential. Now you're going to be, What was that? No, Holy One. Man, if you're an empath, it is a freaking good blessing to know that. A gift to realize it and feel it. Chihuahua. And it's a big difference between you being activating your heart chakra, that's fourth dimensional consciousness. That's the future already. 3D is present. That's those three chakra. But if you're feeling physical energy and current, if you're seeing, understanding from this piece of your consciousness, then you're an empath. You're a psychic being. You're someone who's a spiritual being coming to help the humans. Why would you be up here but come down here? Why would you do that? Because you're trying to come back and help. You've already been through that. You don't need to come back, but you want to come back because you're full of this love. Okay? And this goes beyond the heart chakra, though, into the spiritual fifth dimensional chakra, which is farther in the future. And you as an empath are probably feeling these chakra. But maybe not if if you can't get past the heart chakra, you're not probably going to go into the fifth dimensional throat chakra. It usually goes one after the other, after the other, after the other in this one. And more, not just 7. So you master consciousness, yes, empath, and you master energy. Wow! Then you become this Jedi, guardian Jedi, vatos. Understand? You're like a guardian of light, and that means you follow law of one. It's not some new age concept. Remember, we're not the word against the new age, but we expose the new age. So please don't put Christos in that category, because we talk, and you obviously haven't seen all the videos because we do talk about science and religion and the problems with both, the issues, the distortions from the guardian Christos point of view. Guardian angelic races, man, nations, millions become part of the Guardian Alliance alone. And that's the lowest level, you would say, that we work with directly. Some of us are guardians. You come in as a guardian, as an indigo child. Empath, indigo, which is serious stuff, man. Because indigo child is called Magi King, Priest King, Holy Grail line. It's a serious thing. Christ, indigo child, Ashana Dean, now, she's obviously part of that. Some of you are learning to be part of that, or are part of that. Okay? This is serious, man. and it literally is this 12th dimensional consciousness returning to Earth for this ascension. And it starts with your Maharata pillar of light. You do this through consciousness, light, color, sound, symbol code. You run the currents, you run the symbols, the colors. You do the toning, and whoa, you change some of your DNA there, and train and get better and master this, man. And then soon you'll be able to help others yourself. And the same, those help them develop their superpowers. Gotcha. I welcome you to Christos Avatar Live, Holy Ones. It is strong. Yeah. Kochima, Hasasa. And I want to say a real shout out to all my new members. There's I have like 5 of you, or maybe 6 of you now. I'm so grateful to you guys. And if you guys don't know what that is, notice there's a big join button. That join button, it's not the same as subscribe. Join means you want to be part of the Christos family, vatos. Because you're going to get some perks, man. So I'll shout that out sometimes. But just remember that, you guys, okay? Because we got some of our vatos coming in. You'll see their little star next to their name. We also have Deborah. Deborah Sexy, right? Deborah X SXY. Isabel says Christ seed oil. There we go, holy ones. We also got Toyoti Ai. Wakaye. See my cast. Oche, bird president. I missed you. What's going on? Sinister Trek. Yeah, I like the way you think, Bato. Empath power, yeah. Rolling, rolling, rolling on a river. Credence, Clearwater Revival, Vato. No, thank you. Connor Sides Bowen. What? Whoa. Okay, let me refresh that page. Hopefully it's just a mechanical dude. Instagram. My channel's still up. Thank you for telling me that, bro, Holy Ones. If any of you guys see stuff like that, just let me know so I can stop, you know, almost like 250,000 people on TikTok right now. I mean, Instagram, one of my videos are almost at 250,000, or probably is already. So, is that a viral video? I guess I gotta wait till I get into the millions, right? Yeah, my channel's cool. I guess maybe the link profile. What? Stop it, man. So, if you guys didn't know, I do have an Instagram account, and I do have also. If you ever can't find something, go to my website, and then you can find links to each thing there, in case stuff like this happens. I'll go to chat. I'll go to you guys. But if you leave, come back. You know, put that in a different tab. Ochimata Hotokocho. But guys, just give me like 6 seconds or something. What's wrong with Instagram, man? I'm not. Oh, dude, let me see. Christos avatar. Oh. Yeah, I renamed that channel. Shoot. It's the same channel, but I just renamed it to the Christos name. Thank you. I will fix that. All right, guys. Sorry for that little interruption, but we're good. We're going, and some of you want to know some signs, so. And you guys got to realize I have some pretty amazing diagrams that help explain a lot of this stuff. Hakaya. And we talk a lot about this, you would say, spiritual side of things. But we also talk about it from a science point of view. Because some of you can get some idea from, you would say, the signs or symptoms or, you know, of an empath. If you're not sure, and if you like, whoa, yeah, no, yeah, you know, a bunch of yeses, that's you. Well, then a higher chance that you are an empath. And I know maybe you don't understand it from how I explain it as a spiritual point of view or a psychic thing, but that's truly what it is. I mean, come on, your consciousness is here, if you want to call it your brain, and that person's brain is over there, but or it's not necessarily the brain, we're talking about emotion, but it can go beyond that. And so, what people would say, first of all, intuition, and if you wouldn't say intuition, you would say, because you can even feel the person, if they have a disease or a sickness or a pain, as an empath, some of you can actually, so it's not just about emotion, I'm trying to say, not only empathy, like feeling for someone, like emotional, but also physical, and go into the physical realm. And then also there's different types that's a different type of empath. You would also have an empath that's like a plant empath or an animal empath. You know, those people are either like feel more closer to them than humans, or, you know, they have a very, feel like a really good, comfortable bond. And you know, one of the things about being an empath is you feel like you're out of place, because you are. Remember what I just explained earlier, you are a being from a spiritual being from a higher world coming here to help. But most of you, or some of you at least, don't wake up. We call it being asleep. You're asleep and you don't necessarily remember, and but it's not like it's impossible, you can't. This is called awakening, remembering, okay? And I just have a few notes for myself. because there's a lot of different information. But we have an emotional empath, which is you would say, the most logical. But like I mentioned, described also the physical empath, and we also have the intuitive empath, where we start considering it, wait, not just like, hey, I feel some emotions. No, you actually, I mean, when you start saying you feel like you're taking on what they are, you can feel that like so real, and then you confused. It's so real that you get confused. Is this me? Why am I? But no, you go through this battle all your life, some of you. Like, whoa, why do I feel depressed? Why do I feel pain? What? And then it goes away, or then you turn happy. What's going on? You know? So this is consciousness. This is energy. That's why you want to become a master of both of those. Consciousness and energy. Because, you know, like Qigong, pranayama, you know, breath work, or yoga practices, or any type of spiritual things that empower you, not disempower, well, you will start to go in the right direction. So some of you are exploring these concepts, spiritual concepts or not. You know, if you, I'm just saying, if you don't include like a spiritual type of search, you know, then you're like getting only half the picture or less. So we'll start with the most basic step, sign, and that is, okay, empaths, empathy, feel, emotion. You are feeling this person's emotion, not yours. It's a psychic ability. Hey, that person's feet away, yards away. You okay? So actually, for people who are actually more psychic, they can do it remotely, you know, from far away, by just thinking of the person and feeling them. Empathy. This is how the potential of it. But what you're doing is you're actually also, one of these signs, which we'll talk about in a moment, is you don't like to be around crowds. So just consider this one of the signs. You avoid them because you do actually feel anything close to you's thoughts or energies, emotions. And that is, can you imagine, or not? I guess it's hard for someone to imagine, but if you suddenly felt a crowd, that's a little miniature collective there bombarding you. That's kind of like an attack on you, but it's not an attack. These people are just thinking and living and doing, but you're perceiving them. You realize now it goes into the spiritual. You are receiving their thoughts, their emotions. What's going on? Something amazing. All right, you're activating what you call extrasensory perceptions. Okay, it's not your imagination. You're not cuckoo. You're actually developing psychic perception, which is a natural part of human anatomy that most humans are cut off from. Remember, they just start from 3D and down. That's where they wander. That's what they think about. Only the concepts of those worlds, not beyond. They don't have the DNA of this consciousness. Fourth, they don't have the DNA for the throat, fifth dimensional consciousness. Sixth, third eye is sixth dimensional consciousness. The crown is seventh dimensional consciousness. But that's a truncated system, honey. That means you're not getting the whole picture there. Literally half. There's double that number, and add one more. That's 15. There's 15 chakra. And as an empath, good or dark, as an empath, you are actually perceiving from these worlds, man. Part of your amazingness is because you're plugged in to a higher level chakra, Damn, I feel my crown. My crown is off the chart. It's violet, by the way. Violet. Can you imagine violet? Imagine this ball of energy about this size, not this color. Well, this is amethyst. That'd be around here, but this is violet. So this is about this size. Imagine it, but it's made of energy on top of your head. That's, by the way, not the true violet flame. I know it's the violet chakra, but it's actually what people are referring to, or is actually, we know, like the Great White Brotherhood, is from the 15th dimension, man. That is what they're saying is the violet flame. Even though this is the violet ray. And yes, color matters. So if you have a distorted, even like, for example, blue's the best, one of the best examples. Look how many different shades of blue have different names. Navy blue, well, baby blue, hunter blue, besides just blue. And then other colors like aqua, turquoise. So if you want the accurate blue flame color, it's pale turquoise, not the vivid turquoise, but a pale, like pastel, light version of the color turquoise. Not this flaming blue. That's 5th dimension. That's throat level. Come on, aim higher. It's 13th dimension, turquoise, pale turquoise. So let's do this real quick. All of your possible empathic power centers. See, when you start to learn about yourself, honey, you'll start to improve and focus on what's really going on here. So no, there's more than the violet flame, violet ray. I mean, because that's not the violet flame that people are saying. Violet ray, the 8th chakra right here. Shiva, which connects to your thymus, also your thyroid, and then you got the 9th chakra, connects to your thalamus and your pineal. This is a diagonal chakra, so is your 8th chakra, it's diagonal. And this is diagonal like a unicorn. And there's only 2 diagonal chakras, but now there's also after the 9th, which is silver. This is gold, this is silver, and one above your head, 6 inches, that's dark blue. Now, most of you, even if you are indigo or empaths, are not going to go that high. And it's like, if you were like that high, you wouldn't be on Earth. Because these beings come down to the 6th dimension, 5th and 6th dimension, indigo children. And then they incarnate. When they get to that level, then they incarnate to Earth with the covenant. You're serving the Emerald Covenant, which is the blue flame, pale turquoise. So that's the 13th dimension. So, and then you go to the gold flame, 14th dimension, and the violet flame, 15th dimension. And then you can return back to Source God. Actually, you return back to Ascended Masters first. Ascended Masters. And then you go to Source God, expansion. You expand to the final source, the ultimate source, the original source, the source of all. And you're in part of it. You're part of the all. That makes you part of the one. You're part of the all. You're part of the one. You are one. It's universal. It goes beyond little human dramas and actually beyond 3D religions. Okay, so, and also there's no dogma that, and nothing trying to make you be fearful, guilty, lowly, like a sinner. Okay, you're not going to be following the law of one and feel anything like that. That's low energies that you don't want to vibrate to. If you lived a life in fear, imagine what that will do to your health, do to your psychic perceptions, What will that do? But you are told to fear God. And you hear that. So, wow. No. No. You don't want that in your energies, in your thoughts. You don't know what that does to you. That was just one. Fear. What about guilt? What do you think that does to you? To your energy systems and your chakras and your consciousness and your health, your DNA. What do you think that does? Just the same as putting some poison in your third eye all the time when you brush your teeth with fluoride. So, that's poison. Yeah. You can look it up. We're not gonna talk political. It's a spiritual channel, so but we are trying to explain empaths, and it is related to energy, to consciousness, and psychic perceptions. Because of chakra. Chakra is the source. It's your DNA. What's behind your DNA, chemical DNA. Okay? Beyond most of your perception of biology, you call it. When you don't understand, when the biologist doesn't understand this macrocosm, honey, we're gonna have to wait for a generation of indigo children to change that. In other words, transmute that. So, during a spiritual awakening, things are falling and new things are being replaced. It's called transmuting. Guardians are incarnating in, hello, empaths, hello, light workers, starseeds, indigos, greetings. We're a team all over the world, but it's still a small population. Like I personally say around 15 million indigos on the planet, because a lot of people would assume it would be around 10 million, but that was when Ashiana was speaking in this is Ashiana Dean, our teacher. She was speaking way back in 1998, and I have a few clips of that. I used to anyways, but they're on, you can find them. But anyways, this is like, wow, 20 years later. So that's a population growth of indigo families having more indigos, and also more indigos being incarnating. Some of these indigos are avatars coming in. No, but remember, the higher indigos are the ones that are coming from Ascend Master level. So that's probably like a 24 strand, and then we got 36 strands, and then we got 48 strand indigos. Different levels of indigos. So, some of you are part of this. Actually, this is what my channel is. And if something, some circumstance, whatever, brought you to this information, to this Christos information, to this Guardian Alliance, Ashiana Dean related information, this has brought you to this knowledge, most likely you are part of this, part of these guardians, or you're going to be more, feel like you're part of the Draconians or the Anunnaki. Maybe even these freaking Necromatons. So we got 4 or 5 different possibilities. I mean, there's going to be even different types of DNAs down here, experiments going on by some of these beings. I wanted to mention, you guys, I started opening my throat chakra more, and I started feeling it tingle more than I ever have in my life. So, to feel these chakra centers, it's like confirmation. And another thing you can do, you start to feel more and more open to energies. Run it in front of your chakras, because know that they're in the middle of your body. So it's easy to find them when you know that the heart one is in the middle of your chest right here. Run your palm down through it. And you'll feel it. Now when you start learning more about this, oh dude, I feel it. My whole palm right here start to tingle. When you start to feel it, then you can start being mindful of it and conscious of it and move it. Move energy. It's energy, man. It's like Neo, Morpheus, Trinity. It's like behind the Matrix, going outside the Matrix, because the Matrix is an illusion, right? It's the hologram. It's the Maya. It's illusion, not real. Okay? This is perceived to be real, because that's what a hologram does. It is designed in all these sacred centers and structures, reality structures, and it trickles down to lower density matter, lower consciousness level. And the point of this is to go back upwards. Excuse me. Because we're all ascended masters. Okay? We're all chosen ones. We're all equal according to the law of one. If you're following the law of one, if you're following the guardians, the angelic guardian nations are all following this universal law. And I know it's actually cosmic law, because it comes from the ascended master level. It comes from the ecchotic level. The blue flame, the you would say the ascended masters from the blue flame. And our specific family is Melchizedek. That's where that sacred name comes from. Melchizedek is the ascended master family that created our holy, you would say, Rishi, solar Rishi beings, or yes, these sun beings. The Melchizedeks populated this. They're ascended masters, a family. There's several families. These are gestalt, super collectives, man. And they're eternal. There's no body form, it's pure consciousness, and it never dies. Most humans can't think about eternity, or they don't believe it's what? What is that? Really? Come on. When you see these worlds, man, and if you're an empath, some of you do, because you, as an empath, this is another sign. You guys could be like it's like a trip. You don't know what to, if you don't believe, it's hard to understand if you don't believe in spiritual worlds. Not being religious, though. We're actually talking about a lot of negative things associated with religion. We're talking about from a cosmic spiritual level. As an empath, you know, there is something called dark empath, narcissist, something not good. That's what they serve: manipulation, control, domination. They want to, it's called dominion. They want to dominate you and receive pleasure from your suffering. These are vampires, dude. They are nourished by your suffering. Wow, nice creatures. No, not nice. Very dark. That's what you dark empaths are following. That's what you like to think about. That's what you do. That's what you enjoy. Well, Machiwa. That's another video. Because we will make one about dark empaths. We still have live, and we have conversations going on in our chat. Leo Merle, one of my members, thank you, and all you other ones who are members, for you guys are awesome, man. Thank you so much. You're beautiful. Native Smokes. Deborah SXY. I got you, Sinister. That's another guy in here. Selenite. That's a powerful stone. And realize what the crystal matrix was in Atlantis, or this giant matrix of cities. I'm not talking about the good ones. I'm talking about the sinister ones that were used to actually, they were used to try to destroy Lemuria. And something about Maldek. Wow, destroy a whole freaking planet. You know, these creatures want to do this, or they almost did this to Earth, but they actually destroyed themselves. The first time they didn't kill the Lemurians, they killed themselves first by not knowing what the F they were doing with the crystal matrix and the planetary fields and weaponizing it. Oh, nice. So that's what the dark illuminated ones do. The Dark Templar, the darkness, the Dark Empath. No, sorry. You're part of another fan club. Citas machichiwa. Hokoye citasai. Chi. Another part of being an empath is being one of the things you need to do. Okay, here's another thing, you guys. Here's another sign. If you guys are like, since you want to be isolated from you would say a bombardment of a bunch of people, you sometimes find yourself isolating yourself. So you probably feel really into stuff like animals. That's why you become an animal empath or a plant empath. One of the things that is causing that is you wanting to be isolated. And so at the same time, when you can't always isolate yourself from modern society, well, at the same time, you're going to be still social. And when you are social, you're like one of these people that listen to other people, because you feel, on a positive way, you feel empathic, right? And you almost feel like you want to be helping that person with their problems, because now you're feeling it. You feel like, wow, I want to do something I know what they're feeling. When you understand what you are, and you identify that you're feeling someone else's feelings, and then you get into becoming a listener, and people who are hurting usually just want someone to listen to them, and you're one of those good listeners, and you also can pick up on stuff. Like, here's another sign, like intuitive sign, where you're like, this is one of the signs, that you can tell when someone's bullshit, lying. Like, it's not like a belief, it's a feeling that comes over you. Well, that's part of your empathy. Some of you can feel emotive when someone is lying, trying to trick or deceive. You're empathic. That's part of being an empath. And another thing is, this is another type of empath. Someone who can feel other people's diseases and pain and sickness. And then you will feel it. You will feel the sickness and have symptoms of it, because you're taking it on. That's kind of a dark symptom. If you would say more of a dark empath. Some of you don't even recognize what polarity you are. A lot of the dark ones don't know they're dark. Negative. Harmful. They're just following a nature, a drive. Makaya. Well, some of their drives are very dark and not good for humans. I'm human. Machiwa. Welcome to Christos Avatar Live, vatos. Yeah. I love you, man, unconditionally. You can hate on me, I'm gonna love you. Machiwa. I love you, man. Just smile. Give me a real smile, come on. I wanna see your real smile. Brighten up, bright. Lighten up. Come on, feel, brother, sister. You can try on some niceness, some friendliness, some kindness. Even if you are part lizard, reptilian, hybrid human, even if you're part Anunnaki, some type of hybrid human, well, you're still part human. And you still can make your own God sovereign free choice, even though you can feel those fallen angelics, those dark alien extraterrestrials. You can feel them, the higher ones, in an energy system you can understand. It's dimensionalized energy system, and they're way up there, and you're down here. But they can, through consciousness, down, come into your world, into your DNA, because you're part of their DNA. That's what darkness does. Nice. It's like you didn't give them permission, but they're accessing you. They're impulsing you. It's called impulsing. There's also possible body snatching, possible, control, mind control. These are dark avatars, man. How do you think the third dimension can be so dark because of these beings? Called the fallen Elohai, which is blue flame. The fallen Elohai are called Anu, Elohim. And if you're dark empath, that's what you're aligned to. If you're Anunnaki side. And no, come on, we're tired of this, but you're going to keep saying it. We're not saying all Anunnaki are bad. We also talked about the positive ones. We're talking about the negative ones now. Machiwa. Oh, no moderator, I guess. Definitely need to hydrate myself. Ginny Medley always comes in here with positive vibes. Thank you, sister. You're awesome. Okay, Isabel. Thank you, sister. It's about 7 my time now. I should still be here. Entertainment hub. Karmic anointing. Free of karma. I'm a chill, real deal, holy feel. Yeah, there was a internet thing. Sorry guys, it happens every now and then on lives. Sorry guys. Black tourmaline energy. Yeah, I have a amazonite. Chiwas. Amethyst. Chua. Koya. Quartz. Amakaya. And also Orlite. Oh yeah. Sikas. And these are only coming from Canada, so I mean that's the only place in the world. It's Orlite 23, and it's freaking, you can learn about that online, but it's a what you call it, a master stone. Kind of like a secret, you would say, but this is very amazing stone. Like when I first put it in my palm, I was like, that's the strongest crystal I've ever felt in my life. And I've had some, because I've had some large master size pieces, like at least this big, a big crystal that's Orlite, raw Orlite. Man, I actually have one about this big somewhere. But I've had stuff stored away and stuff. But this is a big part of what happened in Atlantis with crystals. They were very close with crystals, you guys. Excuse me. And that was actually gigantic building-sized crystals that were part of this matrix. That was a bad matrix by these ETs. And they were selenite, because selenite is actually very powerful, and especially in a colossal size, of course. And it was, these beings were advanced, more advanced than us now. Obviously, these advanced beings, even just as recent as ancient Egypt, okay, which a lot of you don't acknowledge those dynasties. Anyways, these are part of these aliens, dude. There's a lot of these tribes here. It's not you like we teach you who all this darkness is, and you point fingers at them. No, you're not learning then. It's not about pointing fingers and hating some group. Are you kidding me? You know, you have to, it's law of one. You don't behave like the dark ones do. You don't result to what they're expressing. You know, make their insult makes you reply with an insult, for example. You know, you're not going to get that positive out of a negative. You know, how would you imagine that? Do you even understand energy? You're thinking negative energy to get to a good energy. What? You have anger or wrath, and then you want to say that's love? What are you talking about? It's anger and wrath and hatred. You can't trick nobody, man. Well, obviously you can't trick everybody. Well, a lot of people are tricked because they think that's freaking omnipotent, almighty being. Remember, we have a lot of fifth dimensional beings saying that they're ascended masters too. So that's what those beings do. It's all about manipulation, control, domination, darkness, very dark stuff. So these are creatures and things, man. Stranger things. So, wow, that's not nice. Why are they doing that? Because they're Luciferian, they're satanic, and that didn't come from planet Earth. Those are Sumerian gods and beyond. Oh, they were the Sumerians gods. Enlil, Enki, Marduk. Alright, these creatures were not human. Are you kidding me? These are hybrids, Anunnaki hybrid races. Remember, as soon as you get into density 2, they're collectives, not individuals. Oh, Pacheco. You become aware of your collective family. Maybe not all at once, all of them, you know, but some of them. And you might perceive that as a past life or future life, but then we just want to gently remind you that it's simultaneous. That's why in a multi-dimensional, you are an empath, you're multi-dimensional, different levels of reality. Near your buttocks is the red chakra. Chakra 1. Near your genitals is the orange chakra. Chakra 2. Chakra 3, your solar plexus. Yellow. Heart, green chakra. So this is the 4th one, and this is the 5th one, the blue chakra. Regular blue. Like a bright, nice, just solid blue. Because there's different versions of blue. We're talking about this one now. This is the 5th dimensional consciousness. Blue, 5th strand of DNA, the 5th level of consciousness, the 5th level of biology. And you're called an archetype, by the way, and this is called astral. So this is your next level of consciousness. You're an empath. Well, some of you have some of this open. And just to make a clarification, just because we say you activate it, how much? What percent? You know, it doesn't mean you fully activated it. That means you have the entire strand. That means you can walk through a Stargate and go to that dimension. I don't think so, right? It's an aperture. It's somewhat activated, like a small opening, but you're still receiving some current of consciousness going into your normal pool of consciousness. Some of you, sometimes you have brilliant thoughts. Well, honey, it's your higher selves. You're psychic, you're an empath, you have higher parts of your understanding, your brilliance, your awareness. You'll have a flash of it. Even a flash of it feels so fucking freaking like transforming. You'll be dwelling on what you just witnessed. You'll be like, OMG. You'll be like, because this is what happened to me when I saw a UFO in the desert of Nevada around 10 o'clock at night. Maybe 9 o'clock. 9, 10, 9, 9, 10. Anyways, it went over a mountain. I saw it. And wow. Damn. So some of you will have experiences, man, that are supernatural. And not everyone's going to believe you, and that's okay. They don't have to. And so you know what's up. Some of you know what's up here. You respect, you understand, you feel, you resonate. Yeah. Man, when I got, oh my gosh, insane amount of views on some of these videos, then it's like a great honor, man. Because I know this is consciousness, this is code, energy, coming from Christ consciousness, coming from this guardians, coming to represent light, to bring an enlightenment, to bring a new understanding, a new paradigm, not changing to another boss, not going to another bully, another dictator. No, a whole different understanding, a different civilization based on the law of one. A brilliant civilization that will thrive and evolve actually pretty quickly. Because there's a portion of the technology being held from you. And once it's released, that's called disclosure, and consciousness is awakening, there's a lot of things that were lost. A lot of consciousness is being lost during an ascension cycle. But that means they're falling. Part of falling will be dying. A lot of consciousness is literally brought themselves to this desolate point in their spiritual journey until there's just like the gravity effect just takes over. Kind of like a yield. You try to, you know you're not going to be able to stop. What? You fall. You're falling. We're just trying to heal this consciousness, this part of our past. From there, we come down here, it's our past. We want to heal some of our past. Makaya. What's going on, holy ones? Oh, shit. Yeah, baby. Are you feeling it? Yeah, I'm one of those loners. Man, I was like a social butterfly before, but because I was in it. I was in the matrix, so I fit right in for a while. You know, part of me always didn't, but part of me did, obviously. Because dude, honestly, guys, I found her Ashiana Dean information, the Guardian information, in 2010. But I didn't do anything with it then. I didn't even understand it all, quite frankly. I was even going to groups in Tucson. I had a little group of Guardian. I mean, people, because that's how, when she was still speaking, Ashiana, well, people were active and social. There was groups and chats and classes, but now that's all gone, you know, since 2012. So that's what only gets me, guys, because that what you just mentioned, we're isolated. Well, that's one of the reasons, man. I'm not gonna get angry. It's just you feel like, wow. You feel sad. So we have to come together, and I'm one of the people that are gonna do that. I've started the Discord chat server. So if you guys become a member, even the $5 one, you guys can start chatting with the other people, and you guys could just chat about the Christos information, about spiritual stuff, and I'll create different rooms, and some of you will become regulars. I'll make you moderators. We're gonna like be an active community. It's just new. Besides me, though, there's Ashiana's website, her website. I will always give credit where credit is due, and also Lisa Renee, and she's our sister. She's a little bit more advanced than me, but I'm on team now. I am following my right direction now. This was like a whole journey of since 2010, which was what leading to this something going on in 2012 and beyond. So my whole life changed by 2012 after going through that initiation. I actually went through like the sacred coordination. They call it ordination. This was at the Phoenix workshop. They had this ordination when you finish the complete Catharas course. Because I didn't just go to the Phoenix workshop, they also offered courses. So when Ashiana wasn't speaking, I would be taking these courses and going, and you know, I was presented to go through the ordination process with a group of other people. And there's no group out there now. Excuse me. Damn. Because, so we gotta like make one. I'm starting it, even if it's just tiny at first, okay. But it will be big because I see some more people interested in this work, so. And you get to see things from a whole different point of view, and you can decide on your own if you want to, you know, take that in as part of your truth. Because you don't have to believe everything I say. Maybe there's some part of it that you love and agree with, but maybe you don't agree with everything, and that's perfectly fine, guys. My duty is to be as close to the highest accuracy as possible, and I even pray about that to the guardians, to my own higher self. I want to be as accurate as possible with the knowledge, with the information. I pray for accuracy. I pray to be guided towards accuracy. It's part of my commitments to you guys. It's part of my code, man. It's my code. The Law of One is my code now. I made some mistakes in my early journey. Remember, I was totally asleep for a long time. I was following girls for like many years, just going for girls and looking for girls, being with girls. Wow. So eventually I woke up and became isolated. Actually got into crystals first. I didn't even understand what was going on, but I started like liking crystals and got into them, and it was crystals. I was learning about crystals. I was learning about spiritual stuff for the first time, and then that's when I saw Carrie Cassidy and interviewing, because I was following Carrie Cassidy for a long time. She's one of those truth seekers, and her own journey, her own spiritual journey, she's very psychic. She's very enlightened, and she interviewed Ashiana. She's one of the guardians too. Just remember that. Even if you don't like Carrie Cassidy, I love her. Even if you don't, just remember she's an indigo child. Machiwa. No, we do the best we can in these distortions that we have on Earth. We're guardians coming in to awaken, and we awaken others. What is Carrie Cassidy doing? She's awakening others to darkness, to people, and beings and organizations that are trying to maybe not nice guys. Just maybe, you don't have to believe, but maybe they're trying to control or manipulate you. And maybe they already have changed and done things to your belief systems and history. Yeah. Maybe you don't know what in the world is reality, what in the world is God, what in the world is love. Wow. So realize the challenge as a guardian, as an empath. You want to be isolated. Well, so do most starseeds. We're disgusted, but we try not to be. We try to fill ourselves with love, because we are. It's not easy, even for an angelic being, because that's what indigos are. We're Orifeme angels, dude. You learn about what our Orifeme here. That's why they have 24 strand. That's an Orifeme being. It just trips me out. It just trips me out that some of these kids are being put on Ritalin and being made to feel like they're bad or wrong or something, and they do everything they can to break you. What do you think a shrink is designed to do? To shrink your mind. If you want to be honest, right? Oh, you're putting your depressed kid on some drugs. Cool parent. Dude. When you don't understand what this being is, you have no idea what this... You have a freaking angelic being. And if it is an indigo type 3, they're gonna go through kind of like a dark angel devil type of life. Unfortunately, you agree to this. You're helping the Anunnaki soul, or Drak soul, dragon soul. But since you're taking on this DNA, you got this DNA, right? Connected to the Anunnaki, connected to the Drake. Well, these dark beings are going to try to take advantage of you. That's why some of you hybrids will say, hey, I don't like what you're doing. I don't want to be part of that anymore. I'm not going to longer follow you. They're after your asses. They're going to try to keep you. And they're very dark, remember? You go into a mode of protection. You go into a mode of sanctuary, into light. You want to get away? Well, you want to make a change? Well, you're making a change. Let's make changes. Transmute your dark thoughts. Transmute how you are so cruel to people, negative or judgmental to people. Let's transmute that. Come on. You want to make a change? Let's make a change then, actually. Okay? You have to maybe not stop living in a life of guilt and fear and judgment and wow, even some of you shameful, your shame. And they put female in a subservient. You know, that's part of a patriarchy. After all, the patriarchy is male. Oh, a matriarchy is female. And so we want, you can be polarized if you want. Part was Tesla polarized? Did he just do science? Was Da Vinci polarized? Was he only about science? Okay, you want to choose only one belief, only religion? That's all? That's all there is? Oh, no, you want to just have only science? That's all there is? Math, equations, physics, biology, chemistry? That's all? No. Both, not part. And notice that on, off, black, white, male, female is polarized. An evolved being is androgynous. So why would you think your God is boy or girl? It's not boy or girl. There's no more. Well, after androgyny is no body. Like literally no body. There's no more body. So, wow. Okay, so that redefines what is God. God is not a boy. Polarized. God is not a girl. Polarized. Oh, God is both. Oh, omnipolar. Not polarized. Omni, all are one. But you want to have some belief systems that say, no, we're not all one. There's only chosen. There's only elite and special rulers. The concepts of hierarchy. Oh. I like to rule and control and manipulate. You see, that is your path. That turns you on something. So no, you go ahead. That's disgusting. We don't like that polarity. We like omnipolar. Not a boy team, not a girl team. It's all. All are equal. It's not boy, men, women. It's not women, men. No, it's here. But you love to be polarized down here. You like to say, oh, I'm better than you and you're beneath me. Or you're going to treat people like they're beneath you. No, they're not beneath you. That is a distortion. That is a dark, false creed. That's what they are trying to convince you of. They're convincing you to call it, them, that they, God. I am your God. In other words, I am your bully. No, you're not. We're all God. Law of one. Grow up. Go meditate, honey. You know, stop being grumpy. Stop it. Be nice. You know, seriously, some people are so immature. Like, I'll have this enlightening video full of knowledge and tips and ideas and energy and consciousness, and somebody will just leave a freaking comment like, oh. Like, they'll make fun of my hair color, or they'll make fun of something so stupid. That's not a loving thing to say. Let me correct myself. I mean, they have nothing to say about the topic. They just have to make some like 3D comment, matrix comment. They only can see here beyond the, you know, that chakra and then this chakra. That's it. That's all you can expect. That's the type of understanding. That's the type of consciousness right here. It doesn't rise much farther. They hit that love ceiling. It's me, service to me, not service to others. False creed, service to me. Oh, that's a big sign for you, a confirmation for you. If someone's all about me, well, vampire. Love all. This is giving. This is taking. Oh, you love all. Pushing that, no, that's not the right word. Expanding that love out. A field. It's a field around the planet now. Part of us is loving. We're sending our love. Our consciousness and energy is expanding. Our fields are expanding. That means if someone's close enough to you, they're going to be in your field and you're going to be in their field. When you understand that your field is like beyond your arm reach, your actual field is huge, man. Too hard to believe huge. Because when we talk about all the dimensions are all your part of your aura, well, the 15D one, the 15D is, wow. So we go and awaken, or we don't. Empath, baby. Kid. What's up, Vato Locos? I'm so happy to see you. Deborah! Oh, that's good news, Holy One. Thanks for sharing your brave story. Grace Aquarius! Isn't that a cool name? We're going into the Aquarian age, right? Christ! He fits in well. It's just they have a higher calling. Jim. You said it, Deborah. We're all special. We're all chosen ones. That's the guardian point of view. It's kind of hard to be a chosen one when you're all equal. As soon as you say, because, I've had lots of people tell me, I am a chosen one. As soon as you say that to me, and know what you serve. And I also know that you don't know that you do. And that's okay. We don't judge you. But we also don't let you infiltrate me with your I am a chosen one agenda. It's not necessarily an agenda. It's just your awareness. It's just your perception. That's what you think is what's going on. That you're part of a chosen one. Man, this is the dark illuminated one's way. I don't say that word on my channels anymore. Okay? That's one of those censored things you avoid. Anyways, I can still do charades and you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, those dark illuminated ones, well, that's their creed. They want chosen ones. They're designing chosen ones. You're, at the end of the day, you are what you call expendable. Wasn't there 3 movies? You're the expendables, not the chosen ones. Oh, you're gonna be used like you think you're a chosen one. You think you're gonna be put back on the planet to restart to reset. Oh. So we already know the future because information is multi-dimensional, right? So we already know what happens in the future. I love you, holy ones. What's up? Yeah. Welcome to this code. Welcome to this memory. And I don't need to convince any of you because you will realize it yourself or not. And we always commit ourselves as guardians to not judging and loving unconditionally. Doesn't mean you have to be a sheep and abused. That's a false creed. Hello. You can protect yourself peacefully even. So we do this with energy and your thoughts and your lifestyle. And if you spiritually evolve, if you become a greater empath, light worker, because you come more opening your consciousness. I got this highlight. You're awakening your consciousness. You're connecting to your higher identities. If my information does any type of expanding to your mind, then man, I'm just helping you activate your memory. And then you're gonna find people who are trying to do the opposite. And get this, you will feel it. You will feel false bullshit information, man. I hear your guys' comments. We can all read your comments. I got now hundreds of thousands of views on my channel. So it's becoming more like, hey, look, it's not just a few people believe this. There's many people. It's a good sign to see a group of like-minded Christos type of like-minded law of one type of organization. Because remember, there's no formal organization. Well, I'm gonna start something. And because there's really not many choices right now. You can do your own quick search. It might take you a few days, but yeah. My commitment to you, my what do you call it? I'm trying to find the word, but anyways, it's kind of like a commitment, a promise, is to be as 100% accurate with Ashiana Dean's work, the Guardian work, not just Voyagers, but that and beyond. I'm not going to be using her copyrighted diagrams. I'm going to be making my own, obviously. I respect her copyright. So we're just going to teach from our own teaching tools, but still, it's the Guardian information. This is my commitment to you, Holy Ones. I will be one of the few, literally within 5 people, who are talking seriously, like a serious organization of knowledge about this work that a lot of you resonate with. And I'm actually glad that you are finding her information, because we need a resource. We need to learn this. It's important more than ever, man. And I'm not preaching fear. She's not talking fear. We're simply empowering you with this knowledge and this true memory of our history. We've been robbed of this history, man, of who we are, of our identity. It's been replaced with something not nice. And you can feel it. Part of spiritual awakening is feeling. Do you feel anything? So, we are talking about the steps and signs of empaths. And I just want to make sure we have closer to 12 as possible. Besides, you have good intuition, is kind of logical, right? It's kind of like, that's another thing. You'll have like gut feelings about a person, and knowing and feeling their intention, knowing and feeling a gut feeling, but that's more than just a gut, you guys. Just realize you're feeling psychic perceptions. Give yourself more credit. You're not just an empathy being, feeling emotion. You're psychic perceiving a person's existence, man. No one else around you, generally speaking, can. It's something amazing. Not to be ashamed of. Not to be, you realize we've been victimized. A lot of indigos, a lot of empaths, light workers have been shut down, disempowered, shut up, and they don't know what's going on. They just know their life is hell and it sucks. They don't see a big picture. They just know they don't want to suffer. But they just think their life is doomed, or some of them get depressed, and so that's when they come out and attack these indigos, and now they're something else. Now they're in outer space with some, who knows. They don't know. They're just getting a prescription, and wow. Now they're not this connected to their purpose, their life mission. They could have had healing powers, like literal running energy through their palms, like healers, or a being who can read energies, heal energies, and you just shut them down, man. You didn't give that holy being a chance because of your own shadow. Call yourself a parent, which is a guardian of an innocent child who needs your protection. You committed to that agreement with that child. You don't harm it. Just love, you guys. Love, love, vibrate love, be love. I am love. I love you. I gotta make sure I can see my screen. Okay. You take comfort in nature. That's like a no-brainer because you want to be isolated. You know, you're withdrawing from the crowds again. You're withdrawing because what happens, you guys? You're highly sensitive. That's why you can feel. And yes, there's a large connection between an empath and a highly sensitive person, but not all highly sensitive persons are empaths. So it can include, highly sensitive person traits, but not always. Just realize that. But generally speaking, empaths are feeling people, so they sympathize with people. They can. Most of you guys are wanting to help or heal someone. And that's part of being a light worker, part of being an empath, part of being a psychic, starseed, indigo child. We're all meant to do that, have that. Everyone alive should be able to have these powers, natural abilities. Not have it be damned and forgotten and lost mystery, knowledge that's only a myth, superstition, old wise tale. But some of you know better. Some of you are awakening. You don't do well in crowds because of what we said, whether it's positive or negative energy. It's like crowded or busy places. It makes you uneasy. Anxiety, hello. That's why some of you do turn to drugs, to try to, have some pharmaceutical tell you, to get rid of your uneasiness. Wow. But we don't know better, We just know that a crowd is not a fun place to be for us, for empaths. And you are subconsciously avoiding that stuff. And also, this is one of the signs too. Empaths basically utterly can't stand conflict. You don't want to get into conflict. This is part of your isolation. This is part of your avoidance. Wow, it's like you're not running away, or maybe you are running away from relationships. That's another sign. Romantic relationships can be problematic for you. because that, once again, you're feeling another human. And also, maybe you don't always want to feel these humans or people. I just mean people. We're all people. But realize there's a difference between Earthseed and Starseed. Just saying, okay? You're an empath. You're one of the Starseeds. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's like, this becomes your... When you align yourself with this understanding, you understand it, man, your whole life will change. You will now understand life in the world so differently. When you empower yourself again, and not be part of some vampire belief system or religion. And also one of it, you have a hard time not caring. It's like you don't feel for someone. It's the difference of someone feeling emotion and you as an empath, you actually feel with that person. Like you are feeling them. It's like on an intimate level. And the trippy thing is, these people that you're feeling, they don't know you're feeling them. They're not psychic. They don't feel you feeling them. You're feeling them, dude. You don't just feel their emotions, you feel them. You're not displaced, you're just perceiving them because you're an empath. This is possible. We're not saying all empaths feel all of this, but this is like the understanding of a lot of people are reporting. That's what people are reporting. And so this is a phenomenon. It's not some old wise tale or myth or superstition. Okay? You're just trying to add insult to injury or something. Machiwa. And also people, if this could be one of your traits, people tend to tell you their problems. Because once again, you are like a listener. And people feel comfort when someone's listening to them. And then you kind of have a knack as an empath. You pick up things that other people don't pick up. So you could be very good psychologist or something, but you work with your abilities. You work with your empathy, which is an actual ability. There's a trade for you right there. So, but from a spiritual perspective, a law of one perspective, then you really will be healing people, not prescribing them to a shrink or some stuff that puts you in outer space. No, you're trying to actually heal this person. It's kind of like empaths helping other empaths, isn't it? It's like indigos, helping other indigos. This is a great honor to be part of this, man. And when you guys get involved, you're part of this. You're not alone. We're not alone. Can you imagine the mighty beings present? You feel the guardians. You feel some of these angels and archangels. You can connect to those beings, man. Now, my health isn't perfect right now. I just be honest with it. And I have to make some big changes in my own life. And so we try, if we have an obstacle, and if we have to commit to something to resolve that obstacle, like commit our energy, our attention, change our lifestyle, change relationships, do something. You have to move this energy. You have to figure out how to move this energy out of your life, out of your experience. Learn how to heal, transmute it. It doesn't matter if it's a disease or a cancer. Know that in your mind if you're going through that. Know whatever it is, it's energy. And if it's energy and you know how to be a master of it, well, you can heal it. what someone would define as a miracle. So, now I personally, apparently, I'm not meant to go do this through a fast. I believe as long as you have to be physically active or mentally alert, it's kind of hard to do that. I'm not going to speak for, fasting in general. I just want to say that maybe I don't even know enough about the topic, so I can't say anything about it really, except that at the moment I believe that I need to eat some food until I can be more financially stable and independent. When you see me, your brother Thavian is finally financially independent, then there will be a whole blossoming, a lotus effect when that happens. Because I won't be restricted. I'm being restricted, and we all can feel some restriction, right? Your obstacles in your path. It's not like a walk in a cakewalk. It's not like easy peasy. I gotta make sure I can see the windows. Sorry, guys. Because Because if I don't see the camera go off, you might be seeing a black screen. That was a cool thing that you did. How did you do that? Oh, you're an archangel. That's what that is. Now I know what's up. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Shout out to you, Holy One. You're an archangel member. Welcome to the family, Mitchell Baxter. Thank you. You're awesome. Look at Christ there. Or look at Christ. Water for everyone. You're so kind, Holy One. Thank you for the water. Yeah, in the house. Your water tastes so good. We got 12 Johanna 12. Beautiful name. Listen to that. That is so true. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Yes, Holy One, we're all welcome to growth. Meow. Meow, Mish. Meow. That looks like a Lyran energy to me. Thank you for being here, Holy One. Another team member. Yeah. I can't wait to see your guys' stars turn blue, man. When those badges turn blue, that means you've been here 2 months. I think it's 3. That changes one more time to a violet or purple, but I have 5 stages, and when you become different levels. So thank you, man, so much. You're awesome. Because you know what it means, you guys. When you start becoming a bigger community, more people will start coming to the chats, and then we'll be doing more private lives. We're not going to stop the free stuff, of course. I'm not saying that. We still have we're going to move energy together. We're going to move this dream together. And it's kind of like crowdfunding. We're putting this dream together. And it's not about me, and it's not about that person or this person. You see where we're coming from. I will always be transparent. If I'm not, you guys tell me. Because it's part of our creed. Sorry for the squeaky bed. Sometimes it squeaks, but that's all I have is this. I'm grateful for this. I know some people will make some terrible comments, even about something so small as that. But we don't judge him. We still love him. I mean, it's not like we still love him. No, we love. We vibrate love. That's what guardian consciousness is. We're vibrating love. And we're guardians. We're called guardians for a reason. We guard. We protect. We defend. We are not alone. We're together. There's a team. There's a team. Yeah, Chikawa. Amachiwa. A lot at first. This is what the Guardian information does. It takes you through several paradigm shifts. This information, it comes from the Voyagers 2 mostly, but also Voyagers 1, but I mostly talk from the Voyagers 2 information, which is like a 600-page book. You can find it in PDF form, you guys. Just saying. Just do some simple search. Now, you're going to find less and less of her pirated videos on YouTube. It seems like she's doing some cleanup. Her organization is, you know, it's her copyright. You can't just put a lifetime of work online that's someone else's work. Even if you're sending a link to her site, it doesn't matter. I've seen many of people, even including myself, I got spanked. So, you know, we have to like realize if you're going to talk about this information, well, do it with your own mouth. Make your own diagrams. You start speaking the blue flame. Are you a speaker of the blue flame? Emerald Order, Elohai, Elohim. So some of you are gold flame, and you have your own higher aspects. The gold order, the amethyst order, that's the violet flame. So I actually have energies in the violet flame too, because it's so amazing, because I have many spirit guides from the violet flame, including dolphin, whale, and one of my main ones, I think my main one, I believe it's because of the frequency and the different experiences and visions, I believe that Pegasus is my main one. So we have 3 violet flames right there. And did I say deer? Whale, dolphin, Pegasi, deer. Deer, when I was homeless in the deserts of Nevada, literally, deer was my spirit guide. This was so beautiful. I saw packs of deer right next to me. They didn't know I was there. How did that happen, dude? That's the same mountain I saw the UFO. So, Machiwa, read deal holy feel. Is it my glasses? I don't know. Real deal. Sorry, my glasses. Real deal holy field. Thank you, holy ones. Not Hollyfield. Holy field. Like a field. Thank you, you're so kind. Far out, man. Yeah. You guys are beautiful. Let me see if I missed any signs. You need to recharge. Why? Because it takes energy to listen to people's stuff and stories, and they're wow, you feel it. Literally, right? That's what we're talking about. You feel their story. They're telling you a story and you're feeling it as they're feeling it as they tell you. They don't know you're feeling them. Maybe you don't even want to. Well, don't be close to someone you don't want to feel. How's that? That's what you're doing. Some of you are isolating. We're not even saying that's good or healthy. You still want to have some social, but learn. Okay, knowing that your empath is one thing. The next thing is, how do I stop suffering as an empath? How do I empower myself as an empath? Right? Okay, now we're talking. You can start grounding yourself for one. Ground yourself. And if you have to isolate, at least spend a lot of that time in nature. And if you want to start a connection with plants or animals, that's a natural thing for empaths too. Then you'll start focusing on developing your energies and consciousness through that kingdom. Like the animal kingdom, like the shamanic way, or the something like that, or the elementals, the fairies. Oh, those are beings that are real. They just exist at different levels of consciousness and body form. There's all kinds of creatures and beings through all of this reality fields. More and more different variety in beings and races and things. Plus, it's a multi-dimensional experience. Wow. Far out, dude. You know, like the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s. Akaya. What else can we find? Oh, even like physical places can have an effect on you. Like physical spaces, like a sacred site or just something in the earth or some place that you've been at. You get, some people would call that psychometry. That's the psychic perception of touching something and perceiving from that touch. You'll start feeling a history. You'll start seeing it. Well, this is an empathic thing, empathic experience. You could be someone who doesn't sense emotion more or less, but more like these physical things. And like, so you could connect and realize it's all alive. All consciousness, everything is made of consciousness and it's all alive. You could call it a spirit of a land, but it's some type of consciousness. And as an empath, you can connect. You would, instead of maybe in your isolation, that's why you go to those fields. You start going into other fields because you're isolating yourself. Because you're amongst human beings like you. Well, not exactly like you, but you're gonna be feeling them. But if you go outside that field, that human field, then you go into the fields of nature. You start feeling other vibrations that make you feel not anxiety. They're actually healing. So you go into isolation. It's not meant to be permanent. You want to learn how to adopt your ability to have some type of self-control over at least the negative effects, right, of being an empath. Because it's not all hunky-dory feeling people's junk and stuff all the time. That could drive you mad, and it does for some of you. Well, grounding is one of the things you want to learn about. And I would recommend crystals and having something to do with that. Like one of our sisters said something about hematite. There's obsidian, one of my favorites. I love obsidian. It's such a mystical stone, obsidian. There's many different black stones, and if you had a crystal, you can refer to a crystal book or a crystal website and know all the different black crystals you could probably find. Like there's black tourmaline. I also have a few crystals of that. And there's actually a black crystal, not called, it's a type of smoky quartz that's so dark, so irradiated, that it's black color. And it's got a mystical history, a magical history with it. I own a few pieces of that kind of crystal. But I think one of those other ones might be better, but like hematite is awesome. I actually have a nice sized crystal ball that's hematite. It's freaking amazing. But believe it or not, even some red stones would be grounding. Like a jasper, red jasper or something. Something red. Well, it looks like a flame, more orangish color. Well, you could use it for like the base chakra or something. What's it called? Damn, carnelian crystal. So you can learn about crystals. And I'm going to be putting some information about crystals on my website. So, like I told you guys, I'm trying to make a blog. There's a lot of technical steps. And when I have a blog, you guys can subscribe to the blog if you want for free, because it's just a publication of articles. And so we'll have that going on my site. And just more and more. This is going to grow as you guys are growing. We're growing together. Thank you for being part of it. Amachua. Stargate IFO channel. James Gilliland, Sor Salmon. Thank you for sharing, Holy One. Makaya Amachiwa. And I thank you guys for being here. This is not going to happen every night, but I will eventually have like maybe at least 2 scheduled lives for sure, so you guys know when I'm coming, so it's not guesswork. And that's my direction. That's the point I'm trying to get to. I'm doing some balancing with all the juggling around. Like, I still need to make this Maharata shield video, I promised. But I'm also developing the site and developing all this other stuff. But when you're indigo and you're in the vibe, you're just like super productive. Even if you're poor, you're still managed to be busy and active and doing something to make a change. We're making changes, man. That's what indigos do. What's up? Apache. It sounded like Apache. Awaka, Matu, Abasi. I can bring in some other consciousness, some other energy consciousness. Machewa. If you learn to bring in 12D current, well, you're bringing in 12D consciousness. Those will now become part of your thoughts. Part of your thoughts will become from your 12D level. And Ashan, I've heard her describe it as we're even like getting these nano bursts. Even a nano burst of 12D current is amazing. And you're running it through your consciousness through these techniques. And it's like a form of alchemy, a form of chemistry. You're transmuting with energy, vibration. It's beautiful. It's majestic. Look at that Templar. You got these are vortexes, a whole series of vortices in different levels of brilliance. Not necessarily, I don't mean luminosity, I just mean like majesty, like this. Such greater, I mean, if you guys have ever seen these higher levels, they're more like vapors. These beings are vapors, but you see perfect geometries. You see fields of geometries. You see perfection, like a higher design. It's not some freaking imagination or belief or something just in your head. You are, as an empath, you are, as a psychic being, as a light worker, as a guardian, indigo, you are experiencing other dimensions. And yeah, they're sometimes going to come to you as a vision. Sometimes come to you as an emotion. Sometimes come to you as a ringing in your ear. Something as you're feeling some people call them uploads, downloads. You're feeling some current. You're feeling what's going on. You're going through signs. You are going through changes. This show, if it's legit, it's sending changes. Machiwa, an avatar. Yeah, Holy One, thank you for being here. Oh my gosh, we got an avatar in the house. Thank you, patron. That's like Patreon. Like, you are a part of this. Thank you so much, you guys. Oh, I finally thought of the word I was trying to say. Pledge. My pledge to you guys. So, this is the beginning of these pledges and the beginning of this organization. Thank you for being part of that. Only good stuff can come out of good stuff. We strive to not be distorted. And the avatar is a reflection of our potential. A Christed potential. And literally inside your DNA, broken up, fragmented, distorted, but they're available for some type of transmutation, regeneration. It's called bioregenesis. You're going to learn how to use your consciousness, not your mental body only. I had some, what do you call that? Rude comments about that. No, honey, we're all, that's the kind of like the idea of chosen ones. So, we're going to be around cool people, sweet people, loving people. And you can feel that. And like we mentioned earlier, as an empath, you can feel when someone isn't, right? Well, my gosh, what's this? Oh my gosh. Real deal, Holyfield is the real deal. You're the real deal. Brother, you're so kind. Thank you so much. And you guys notice the 999 in there? 3 9s. And what does a 9 represent? Triple Trinity. Thank you, Holy One. You're so kind. And realize this. Realize that at the beginning, we don't understand. At the beginning, we have a million questions. Because, you know why? Because the mainstream doesn't answer your questions. Do they, Starseed? Do they, Empath? Thank you, Holy Ones. This is powerful energy to see all these wild colors in the house. I like to see your highlighted colors and comments. Oh, I think I'm gonna upload a new emoji because now there's 5 of you at least. I think two people just joined, so there's like 7 of you I think now. And don't forget, I have 2 people on Patreon, so they're part of the team too. So that's why I'm trying to, I have to have a Patreon because I have more people on TikTok. I have more people on Instagram, and now more people on Facebook. Like a few hundred more now. It just passed my YouTube. My YouTube is the most important, but it's the most smallest. And I am truly grateful for you guys because we're not gonna stay small. We're mighty, and we're sticking to law of one. You can see some false people talking about Ashiana's information and doing a flip flop. I've seen it. And this one group who's got 50,000 viewers. Well, I've read some of those comments. Some people are saying, wait a second, what? What's going on? Exactly. What's going on? Are you sticking to law of one, to the guardian information, or are you going to, go over here? I commit to you, this is my pledge to you guys. I'm going to make sure it's accurate as possible. This is why, as a Virgo, I'm so perfectionist anyways. So, which helps me want to present the information as accurate as possible. What I'm saying is not putting my beliefs into it. I had to grow into this, just like all of us do, guys. The guardians aren't here as saviors. We have to still do the work. You still have to become awakened. And we are. A lot of us are. And think about it, you guys, from an energy point of view. If the field keeps getting bigger from us, and in the occult, I don't mean this in a bad thing. In the occult, they call it an egregore, which is a field of consciousness that is like-minded. A field of consciousness is created when a bunch of consciousness starts all collecting in one place. That's an egregore. Oh, I'm not trying to say it from an occult perspective, point of view, but it is an energy grouping. So this energy grouping of based on law of one, we want that to get bigger. Because what does that do? This affects fields of the people around all of us. We're affecting the pool of consciousness. It's physics. You have a pool of three-dimensional frequency. This is the collective consciousness. Okay, throw in some fourth-dimensional consciousness. Hi. Some of you are fourth-dimensional astral beings, indigos. Throw in some fifth-dimensional consciousness. I don't mean just one. I mean like indigos have been coming in for 200 years, you guys. You empaths, you starseeds, lightworkers. You've been coming in for a few, since the 1700s. 300 years. We actually, 1750. So, almost 300, right? So we're like, what? It wasn't just a few of us. That means if they were coming in that far, that means some of them have had families and babies and they created indigo souls. So there's a people of us. There's a population of us. And I told you it's around 10 to 15 million. And many of you guys, it's not some new age crap. Many of you attracted to this information are part of these races, part of these guardians. You're resonating with the guardian information. And you know, right? We know there's nothing like this information. That's why people trip out when I start talking about major religions. Oh, my camera. That just takes a few seconds. I have to swap batteries. Give me a few seconds. Okay, I switched up the batteries. Takes a few seconds. Coming back on live. And we're live. Machua. Whenever there's some like technical thing like that, it kind of like makes me like disconnect from that vibe. I mean, from that thought, that train of thought, right? Thank you for the views and the likes, you guys, and thank you for being part of this. Oh, cults, definitely, you gotta watch out for little, and I didn't say cult, I said occult, which is, people messing around with a lot of negative stuff. Remember, that's one of the things, when you get a person serving themselves, it's not a good relationship potential, it's not a good mate potential, it's a vampire. You want a vampire in your life? You can't point at no one else. So, but are you damned if you're stuck in something like that? No. Transmute your life. And most of us are here to transmute karma. Okay? That's part of your awakening. And there's something called miasms. But one of the things we talk about is you're going to be activating different things, right? And miasms is one of the things you have to deal with. But there's also something like the Song of Orion. You know, that song that goes Om E Da E Patama. That song is frequency. It's code from even higher than 12D. It's code from the Akkadic level. How can that be inside a song? Well, that's frequency. Remember, it's energy. And what was one of the things you use? Light, color, sound. Well, light is the same as color. It's just a color. A light. A color light. A light. A color. It's a frequency. It's a wavelength. You change the color, you change the wavelength. Don't you? So, and then you have sound. Light. Well, first it's light, or sound, and then it's light, and then it's, you have this series, a progression. And it's you. And when you learn these things, you're going to find out, you're going to realize that these are parts of you. Yeah. What? What's with my camera? My camera's not working? Sorry guys, I'm trying to do it again. Let's try to get this fixed. And if this happens again, I'll put the diagram on. Okay, it's not coming on, so let me put the... Are you guys seeing the screen? Because I'm getting some funky things. Alright, can you guys see the diagram? This is a very important tool. But I would like to know what's wrong with the camera. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, you can see the diagram. Okay, cool. I don't know what that is, beloved one. What drew me in to really listen was and questions the New Ages couldn't answer. That's true. That's what I was trying to get to. It's also the New Age. The New Age even itself can't answer you guys' questions. And once again, when you're an empath, you feel something's not right. And if you can just connect to that as a gut feeling, well, that's your empathy working. So let me see, Holy Ones. I don't know, maybe that battery didn't get charged, so it's kind of weird. No, it's still there. I don't know what's going on, but let me switch out my other battery. Maybe it got charged enough. This is weird, man. But we're going for her. We're going for her. We got it going on, Vato Locos. I think something's wrong with my camera or something. Or I don't know what's going on. Sorry, guys. Wow. Well, crap. I might have to just finish the show with the diagram, which is okay. So, part of being an empath is activating these psychic centers. You're trying to get these centers activated. Like, this is your chakra. This is a macrocosm of what's inside your body. Like, this is the universe. Yeah, universes, but it's also what's inside your body. You have a red chakra, orange chakra. This is part of your human DNA. You go up to higher levels of yourself. Higher levels. And some of those levels are called angelic. And some of these angels are coming back down to visit you down here. Incarnating in the carbon matter universe with you. But we're bringing our consciousness. We got to awaken it when we get here. And hopefully we'll be able to help the rest of the consciousness on Earth. So notice that's why you're an empath, because the humans are down here. You have this, or you have plus this, or you have even more. You have up to 6-dimensional activations, even if it's partial. It doesn't mean they're 100% open, but you're still streaming 4D, 5D, and 6D. You're streaming thoughts from there. It's part of your DNA. It's part of your experience now while you're here. That's why you're psychic, because you're here in this land, 3D, having future perception. It's not, you wouldn't say future, but these are your thoughts now from this level of awareness, this level of understanding and remembering. You'll get brilliant thoughts. Activate these chakras, your heart, your throat, and your third eye, and you will activate your higher parts. Machiwa. $11.11? Oh wow, that's awesome. So we're like let me show you something what humans or what indigos are. Well, this is the human race in many different time periods, growing your DNA, starting with the Hyperborea and Polarity. They created this strand, and then the Lemurians came with this starseed. This is the Lemurians. They have two strands. Notice the difference between the Lemurian and the Lemurian starseed, called Antrian. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strands. You have 2 as a Lemurian. How you doing, Walter? Good to see you, Holy One. Thank you for being here. Hobbs 313, Holy One, machiwa to you. So we go from this period 73,000 years ago to the Atlanteans 70,000 years ago. So there was some overlap. They did live together. They're two different earth seeds, but they overlapped. Just like there should be some overlap between, well, here's us developing the fourth strand. We will have some overlap. We should have some overlap with the Mavarian race, who's in the future. Like most of people on the planet are white, well, most of the people in the future will be yellow skin. And after they go through their experiment, their DNA strand, well, most of the planet will have black skin. Oh, that's the starseed. This will be the what's called Unchechi. The Unchechi will have the final stage. This is the final stage. After all these races did their job, well, then you'll plug in the starseed DNA. See, this is their starseed, the Uniceti, with working with the Earthseed. And no, not just because you're this color now in this Earth drama here doesn't mean you're superior or something. That's the wrong lesson, the wrong understanding. You're all of this. Look, here's what you are together. Let me find it. This is what you are together. Lemurian brown skin, Atlantean red skin inside of you, Aryan white skin inside of you, yellow Mavarian skin inside of you. You're gonna have black skin Unchechi inside of you, and to be judging someone based on the color of their skin. Look at this. It's ridiculous. This is part of who you are. And you have 12 of you, 12 tribes. These are your 12 tribes. This is what makes up the future human, not the 3D human we got on Earth now. Goodness sake. See, these are stages of history. And these are giant cycles of time, and they repeat. So here's the current cycle of time, and here's a previous cycle. Here's a previous cycle before that. So that's why we got something like 75,000 BC. That's where the Lemurians came in. The Atlanteans came in. Remember that other diagram showed you when they came in? Well, that was 3 time cycles ago, a long time ago. Now it's right here. In the 3rd time cycle, getting closer to something major. Something will happen at the end. At the end of this ascension cycle. Machiwa. something new, a new race, who get enslaved by draconians and Zeta Greys. They're going to enslave you once you get over this hurdle. That's why you need to ascend, not to inner Earth, or I mean, not past this point, but either inner Earth or Tara in 5D Tara. 5D Tara. Now to see the year in Tara, let's check it out. This one has the years. It'll be way in the future, 39,000 years in the future. 5D. And the trippy thing is, you have that part of yourself existing in 5D now. And this diagram, once again, told you something about all these lifetimes. You have a soul. Your soul in density 2 created. You will have 6 females and 6 males called twin flames, but they're not romantic. I just realized there's a lot of you just in density 1. You're going to live 144 times. You have lived most of these already. And wow, you still have to finish it. You have to get through all your lifetimes. You've lived all these lifetimes and these previous lifetimes from Lemuria and Atlantis. Long, long time ago. Well, nothing really happened here. But here, now we're in some other crap. So you have to put together your DNA. You can see why. Most humans only have 3 DNA strands. You're not going to 4th dimension because you don't have that chakra. You don't work on your heart chakra. You don't work on your throat chakra. You're not going to Tara. You're going here. You're gonna stay and reincarnate into another cycle instead of these 3. Instead of these 3. Now you'll see 4. You'll see a new one. You will start, and you notice how, for example, this one ended at 22/3/26 at the same time as the new one begins, 22/3/26, and went through its cycle, which is what? 25,556 year cycle. It starts a new 26,556 cycle, and you will see a fourth reality, another time cycle of history. You'll start with 4,230 AD, and it'll be the beginning. It'll be right here, and you'll have to live. What's that diagram say? 144 times within that period again, before you can go through this again. But not these years. It'll be way in the future. It would be like well, actually, that's only if you continue. If you don't, you're going to go back to these same years, but these will change. It's hard to explain, but as time goes, it's going through the different levels in density 2 as well. But so what decisions are happening in this reality will affect other realities. Most of these beings who are like making our life suffering in hell are from here. Most of them are from here. The 4th dimension and the 5th dimension, maybe some powerful ones in the 6th dimension. Well, that's where your third eye is. You live lives way in the future. If we have like rocket ships and we can already go to the moon, what do you think these beings have created way in the future? You know what I'm saying? Or that's angels. What about archangels? Way 120,000 years in the future? These are beings that lived on Gaia if they're part of the human race. these archangel beings. Well, there's bad archangels. You didn't remember this diagram? There's naughty beings. See? There's naughty beings in the density 3. You got naughty insects, naughty dinosaurs. You got gargoyles, nice beings. No, they're not. But they put gargoyles on these reptilian churches, right? And then you got Avian Anu Draco, which is an Azrael Dracon, dark archangels. These are all archangels. Nice. No, they're not. They're very naughty and dark. You got some good beings, but you still have a lot of bad beings. We don't say good and bad. We say negative, positive, okay? Well, these ones don't follow law of one. They follow me, me, me. It's about me, me, me. Not about serving all. Not seeing all. Only being polarized. So, this battery says fully charged, man. What the hell? I'm trying to see if I can get the camera back up, you guys. It's going through the routine, I hope. Hopefully this works. Let's see ya, man. If not, I guess I tried. I'm sorry, I tried. It's been enlightening, man. This has been enlightening. It's been a good night. Yeah, this is trips me out, man. I don't know what's up with that. Anyways, I'm gonna be. There's 25 of you online, but greetings, Life Monique. You just got here, but I think we're stopping. But you guys are still coming in here. I'll probably go for 15 more minutes. How's that? Let's do that. So we got this diagram because we're trying to explain. Have a little bit better identity, understanding of your identity, that you're a multi-dimensional being, will help you understand what it is to be an empath. You're an empath because you are perceiving these levels of your chakra, which will help you perceive those worlds, and you'll perceive those beings. If you're asleep and you have these all closed, well, you're just mixed with the human earth seeds. And you're gonna, you could even fall to the dark side. So, it's a spiritual war. As you can see, it's a spiritual war. And so, it's your choice as a God sovereign being. What is your polarity? Well, what do you vibrate? How do you treat people? Really, be honest. Do you like this stuff? Is this kind of stuff turn you on? Let me close this camera since it's not working. Well, maybe you can't get answers because these things don't vibe with you. These things don't make you. You feel empathic about. You have an empathic response to these things. Well, then that means you probably serve this creed. You found your family. You know what feels right. You feel it. Yes, you feel it. You feel this. You know what it is, a dark empath. Well, this turns you on, baby. So, you just got excited. Well, sorry, I don't have conversations like that. Sorry, I don't have perversions or distortions like you. Sorry. One time I was sitting with supposed friends, right? And they were like angry that I didn't have abusive upbringing. Like they're like started to get irritated and upset that I actually had a positive experience as a kid. Now that's what you call narcissistic. You know, that's what this person is vibrating at. You like being you would say, an appetizer for a vampire? You like being drained and sucked on and enslaved. They feed off you. Why? Why do they feed off you? Because they're cut off from source energy. They're over here in a different system. Oh, look, it's the opposite of light. The opposite of light. It's a black hole subtimes. You vibrate at a black hole level, you fall to a black hole. You're falling into the phantom matrix. You will fall. These are fallen beings from not, our universes, not from the living system. They're not from here. I know I put them on this diagram, but there's also versions of these beings over here. Eventually I'll put them in Phantom too to show you that a lot of these beings are using stargates, like the Philadelphia experiment. Well, just like that. They create portals. They are creating portals. They have created portals. They're going to create portals. There's such thing as time travel. A portal is just lateral. A stargate is vertical. You can't leave a dimension in a portal, but you can go to a different time period within that portal. Well, they just need a connection to Phantom Man, and they got it. They got their portals inside of our drama. They come through portals. Guardians use portals too. We use stargates too. You go to this higher levels, you're able to go through Stargate. That's why, that's exactly what is Ascension. It's being able to go through a fourth dimensional Stargate, SG4, which is under the Giza pyramid, or, maybe you're going to go through the fifth gate, SG5, if you have the DNA. Oh, you don't? Okay, you're going to go here. Oh, you don't have this either? Okay, you're not ascending. You're going to go through in another time cycle, the fourth one, because this is going to end. It's going to be a few thousand more years, right? But still, it's not like you're going to incarnate. It's not as if, when it's outside of time space. So if you live these sub-frequencies, you don't wait. You don't have to wait. It's instantaneous. You go to another place down here, it's going to be in the future. So you're just being born at different periods. It's not like you have to live actually for 26,000 years. It's spaced out. That's what I'm trying to say. It's spaced out. You would see a bunch of different, like you lived a male, female, male, female, male, female. Well, there's 12 here, 12 here, there's 12 here, there's 12 here, and that's just one soul. All these are one soul. Well, no, one soul is 12. So one of your souls are incarnating lifetimes here. Let's say some of your soul is one of your other souls are creating a lifetime here. Because look, if we have 12 souls, and each of those souls create 12 simultaneous incarnates, 12 times 12 is 144. So you have 12 souls in Tara. Each one of those 12 souls are living 12 incarnations in here, in density 1. So you'll have some here, you'll have some here, you'll have some here. You'll be a boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. Sometimes you're a boy, sometimes you're a girl, and there you go. That's souls. This is what we are. This is your higher identity. You are these fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensional conscious beings. And we're Christed because we are living here. We live in density 2, even though we have 12 strands. Even though humans have 12 strands, they live, they exist in Tara. They could live here, But they already have parts of themselves here. That's the Christos level. That's the cat beings. That's the Anahazi. Notice? And I told you I made a mistake on this. I still have to... There's one mistake I found. This. The Anu are supposed to be on D11. So just... I'll put it right next to the Anu. I'll put Anu right here. Actually, that's a good place. I'll put it right here. This is where it belongs. So, the Chrysler level, D12, is the Anuhazi. This is what we are. Feline hominids. Which are made of hydroplasm. We're not carbon matter. We're liquid light, baby. You have 12 races in your consciousness. You have 12 races in your consciousness. But we live in Tara. And also notice on this diagram, there's a more powerful race than us that lives in Tara. And that's the Azurite. This is like made of all the founder races. Felines, the avians, the mantis, the cetaceans, and the pegasi. That is a blue angel. That is an Azurite. They too are stationed. They're stationed in density 2. And then we got some Pleiadian Vatos in the house. Some Emerald Order Orifeme. Or Emerald Orifeme it's called. Actually, I think... I know that these exist in all the way up the ladder. So I might have to add the... I also know the Azurites are supposedly in all the dimensions of reality. There's Azurites in every dimension. So, but I just put the one where they mostly were created. They were created here. Same with the blue humans. The blue humans, that's what we are. That's what the Maharaji, Magi. Indigos are Azurite Orifeme blue humans. This is what indigos are. Hello. This is what empath is. They have huge DNA, but they're here in density 2. There's something amazing and special about Tara. We got some powerful hitters in Tara. Just know your heritage. You're learning your new heritage. You're learning this history. They don't tell you how ancient we are. They don't tell you about this. They don't understand this. That you get something different. You get this. Yummy. Is that yummy? No, it's not. This is very yummy. Yummy, yummy. Love, love, love. I love you guys. You're awesome, man. Awesome possum. We'll stop at the 45-minute mark. Achiwa. I miss you. I wish you guys can see this. Yes. Hobbs 313. You're right, Holy One. The Azurite has 48 strands, which is an incredible being. Let me show you a different diagram. Like we have what we talked about earlier, the Lemurians. Well, they have their strand DNA. They followed the law of one. They were a matriarchy. They had a priesthood. Some of you remember being a priest of Lemuria. Priestess. Well, they weren't as evolved as Atlanteans, but the Atlanteans weren't nice. That's why they were trying to bully the female, the feminine Lemurians. They wanted to dominate them because their people, the Atlanteans were not bad then innately. They were taken over by the fallen angelics. Their people, their governments were taken over, like by hybrids. Do you think in Atlantis they realized there was humans that weren't really humans? Well, ask that question of us today. Don't we think we're all humans here? So this is a third strand being. This is a fourth strand being, almost. Here's a fifth strand. Here's a sixth strand. Well, hello, here's a 12th strand. This is where these beings exist. The Raw Confederacy, the Antrians. These are just examples. The Ceres, priesthood of Mu, the Pleiadians, Lomarians of Mu, the Council, and the Lionians, which are one of the previous versions of Atlanteans that were destroyed. Now they're called Atlanteans. But look at it. Here's a 24 strand. That would have all these different chakra, right? And here's a 36 strand. And here's a 48 strand. That's insane. That's crazy. So this is what some of the Syrian Council is made of 48 strand beings. Well, this is where the Azarites have. This is what the Azarites have. This is what Jesus, Sananda Melchizedek had. Not when he was incarnated on earth. You don't have it all turned on. You have probably maybe around here or here turned on, but not like, you're not going to have all of this turned on, man. Oh, where is it? You're not going to have this turned on. You would blow up Earth. That's why you come with it fragmented in your DNA, what scientists call junk. It's waiting for you to activate. So, yeah, the Anuhazi. You guys do know there's a density 3 Anuhazi, or there's an Anuhazi that has, what do you call? They call it the Lyran Syrian Anuhazi. So we have different. We also have the. At this level, you'll also have the Leonines, which are a race also in density 3. So they're high level. This is what the Egyptians worship. The Anunnaki helped the Egyptians build this giant sculpture of a lion because they have a connection to the blue flame. They have a connection to Anuhazi. If you're human, you have a connection to Anuhazi, our Christed 12th dimensional self. So we're badass, man. We have some. We had the naughty mermaids, right? Where is it? Well, I thought there was a dark mermaid being. There is. I forgot where it's located. Yeah. I thought I had one on here, but I guess I don't. But well, that's almost. Well, that's an etheric 8. But aqua hominids. What does that sound like? That's a mermaid. Mermaid, merman. But think about it. These are etheric mermaids. Some of you have lifetimes in these. Some of you have lifetimes in these. Some of these. Maybe some of these. Some of you will live in these matrices, the Draco Anu hybrids. Some of you will live in the Seraphim Gold Flame Fallen matrices. Some of you will live as a reptilian avian or a gray. You're in these matrices. This is where you're coming from. Or some of you are fallen Jehovani. Anu, the fallen Anu, the bipedal dolphin people. These are the actual real Anunnaki. The other ones are hybrids. These are all hybrids. So there's more hybrids than there is the real race. Here we are, yeah. But there's more parts of us, more parts that are good. You know, we have, there's positive and negative in every version of any race. You're going to have, like you could see, positive insectoids, positive reptiles, these ones. not all of them fell. You're gonna have positive insects, like, you know, so positive bird people, because there are some bad bird ones, like the gargoyles, like the what are those creatures, like they're like considered like feminine creature bird beings that, I don't know, the Azrael, right? That's one of those ones that are fallen bird beings. The Azrael, which are, you have a fallen Azraite. See, it's an Azraite plus Anunnaki. That's why they're called dark angels. There's actually information online about the Azrael, but it's not going to be this point of view. I love you guys. Thank you for being on my live. It's getting late, but I will be here again. You know I will. And thank you all. There's so many of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all those who donated, and thank you for the subscribers. I will figure out this camera thing. Don't worry. It won't be like this again. It hasn't happened like this. Anyways, I love you guys. Peace to you. Check out my recent videos. Leave your comments. Leave your positive vibes. I love you. You're awesome. You guys are awesome. Peace. Namaste, Vato Locos. Take care of yourself. Love you, Ray. Sarah, peace and love to you. Thanks to you guys. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be a strong group love. Yeah. Namaste, homies.